Hello, 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 and welcome back to another episode of Opinion or Opportunity. I am your host, Don Gringo. It's always good to see you. Just want to say thank you so much again. You guys have been very grateful to me as far as showing me some appreciation and showing the channel some love and support, and that's on all platforms. In the description below is the new website. It isn't fully fleshed out, but it is up and coming. Would love your responses. The email does work to get to me. So the URL is dongringo.com. Excuse me. Go there, take a look, and leave me a comment or two. You'll also find links to the other social media platforms that I do use in order to get the content out. And any love and appreciation you can give some of the other channels would be appreciated as well. So, did get a few stern warnings that maybe I should turn around and play nicer with my language, but I will try to do my best. Maybe not. We'll see. We're going to give it a go, okay? So again, thank you guys for everything. Let's get into it. All right, so let's start this off. So, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, who has been dabbling with coming out for politics and possibly running for president, finally came out and gave his endorsement. And lo and behold, of course, Kamala Harris and Joe Biden. And the reason why I put Kamala Harris first is Joe Biden and Kamala Harris doing himself. But what do you expect from a Hollywood elite? What do you expect? This is what we get. So it says, as a political independent and centrist, right? No one's buying that. I voted for both parties in the past, and in this critical presidential election, I'm endorsing Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. So I'm sure he's probably voted for both. He's a Hollywood elite and probably has to show some love all the way around. But he wants to get into politics. I mean, who expected him to become a Republican, really? Did anybody as a Hollywood elite? How many really Hollywood elite Republicans do we have? Not that many, right? So please, you ain't fooling no one, okay? It's unbelievable. So he comes out, and this is the problem I have with this, right? So this is a man now at his level who is openly endorsing racism and sexual assault. And he's doing it by his endorsement. And let me show you why. So Kamala Harris, when she was running, openly attacked Joe Biden and publicly during a debate. So here, listen, this is what she actually said in the debate.
It's personal, and I was actually it was hurtful to hear you talk about the reputations of two United States senators who built their reputations and career on the segregation of race in this country.
Joe Biden, he's going to sit there and claim, listen, it was another era. It was another time. No shit. You spent 47 years in fucking politics, bro, and it's biting you in the ass. So sometimes you got to get out of the game. And you might want to get out while you're on top and like you were VP and you should have never came back. You should have never let Obama talk you into this bullshit. Seriously? I mean, I don't even know. The only thing you can say to this is,
pinche pendejos. Pendejos everywhere.
Right? So that is Kamala Harris coming out and calling this man basically a racist because he supports racism. He supports racists. Right? And he can sit there and politically talk any way you want, but if you're going to come out and support racism and racist policies, and you're a racist, period. The end. And then, of course, Kamala Harris came out and said he's a sexual predator. He's done sexual assault, and she can't backtrack on this. It's all over. All you have to do is Google this shit. Right? So here she is. This is an article. Did Kamala Harris say she believes Joe Biden's accusers? Right? So this was back in August 13 of this year. And basically, the claim is U.S. Senator Kamala Harris has said she believes women who have accused former Vice President Joe Biden of various offenses ranging from inappropriate touching to rape. Now, I said sexual predator. I didn't say rapist. Big difference. I don't care what you want to say. But, the woman did say he did insert a finger. I mean, I guess because it's not a penis, right? So here, what's true is on April 2nd, 2019, Harris said, "I believe them," in reference to 4 women who had then accused Biden of inappropriate touching. It's all there. You cannot backtrack this. You cannot backtalk this. That's the problem with social media today and the website. If you put it out there, it's out there. That's it. There's no taking this stuff back. You're there. So I don't care what anyone else says. The Rock is promoting people who are racist and sexual predator. That's what Biden is. Right? He's that old white pervert that everyone claimed him to be. And his running mate agrees. But, of course, she claimed on the Colbert Show, right? It was just campaigning. Get the hell out of here. You do not make an accusation like that if you don't believe it. And what's worse, especially now, is like she's an attorney, right? She was a DA. I mean, she flips and flops like a dead fish dying on the shore. I mean, she's that Kiva. That's what she is. She's nothing special. Okay, she was sleeping with Willie Brown to get to where she was, and now all of a sudden she's flip-flopping on issues because she's the VP pick. And this is who The Rock endorses. Now I get it. You may just want to be, if you're The Rock, come out and say, "I don't endorse any of them. These guys are the worst." But you know what? You pick it. You chose it. You live with it. Let's move on. So the next big thing is, everyone's bashing Donald Trump, and rightfully so for a lot of things, especially with his tax records. And listen, they're not good, but the guy does own the businesses. If there is losses, if there's something going on there, hey, I get it. But Joe Biden's been in politics for 47 years. He ain't built shit. Okay? So there's an article out now where it says how Biden's dodged the payroll tax. They used an S-corp to avoid paying more than $500,000 in levies for Medicare and Obamacare. So basically what it comes down to is this. According to their tax returns in 2017, 2018, the Bidens and his wife, Jill, avoid payroll taxes on nearly $13.3 million in income from book royalties and speaking fees. Let me say that again. Book royalties and speaking fees in 2 years, $13.3 million. Okay? They did so by classifying the income as an S corporation profits rather than taxable wages. So if you're going to bash Trump for trying to avoid taxes because the IRS set the game up this way, you better bash this guy too. Okay? It says here that of the taxes the Bidens avoided, 2.9% of their income, around $385,000, would have funded Medicare, and the other 0.09, nearly $120,000, was part of Obamacare. So I say it again. If you're going to bash Trump, who actually built something, I don't care if it was daddy's money or not, okay? He spent 47 years as a career politician on, a politician's salary. He's now making millions of dollars, and this guy don't even want to pay his fair share in taxes. But yet he's going to force the elites. It's amazing. Everyone else can pay but Joe. That's how the Democrats act. It's everybody else but them, right? They're probably going to put this whole clause in unless you're a politician. Maybe that's why The Rock is running, right? So the next thing I want to get into, Trump and Biden's campaign clash on the call for pre-debate drug tests. You know what? Absolutely. We have drug tests for athletes, and they're not vying for the most powerful seat in the world right now, right? Because that's what the presidency is. So why not? Why not give these two both a drug test? Because let's face it, Biden has really been on and off with gaffes and everything else and not knowing where the hell he is and what not have you. Give him a drug test. Give them both a drug test. Pop it on them last minute. I'd like to see it because we both know this is not going to be like the debate of the ages. We both know that they're going to give, fluff questions to Biden. And that's just the way it is. That's how, it's been with, Biden. Yesterday, because today is September 28th, on the 27th, he gave his speech. He gave the reporters a chance to answer 3 questions. He's had a lid pretty much every day. I mean, he's only answered 3 questions after giving a speech. It's absolutely bullshit. This is the guy running for president who can't do answers. And the reason why Joe Biden isn't going after taxes is because of stuff like this. His taxes aren't clean, right? That's why everything is COVID, COVID, COVID. Even Joe yesterday, COVID, COVID, COVID. Everything's COVID. Everything's COVID and Donald Trump related. COVID is Donald Trump's fault. Listen, seriously, enough of this. Answer some questions. Put out some Supreme Court nominees that you would have done. Do the stuff you promised when you were actually campaigning and had people of your own party campaigning against you. I still would like to see this list of African-American women that you would have nominated, which you said on the campaign trail, for the Supreme Court. No, Joe Biden's whole thing is let's hide, let's not answer nothing, let's not stand on anything or for anything, and we're just going to beat Trump by hiding in the basement. And that's what he's done. Answering 3 questions after a speech, yeah, you're really running for office here, buddy. So I gotta get into this because this is funny. This goes back to Joe and I don't know where the hell his people get the information, okay? But this is Joe during that speech he gave, right? Listen to this.
Shortly before Justice Ginsburg's passed, she told her granddaughter, and I quote, "My most fervent wish is that I will not be replaced until a new president is installed," end of quote. It wasn't a personal request. It wasn't a favor being asked for. It was the last act of a long, unflinching career of standing up for American democracy. Never before in our nation's history has a Supreme Court justice been nominated and installed while a presidential election is already underway.
So this guy just claimed that never in our history has there been a Supreme Justice installed while election was in process, right? So this is great. So there was a tweet that went out by ABC News, Joe Biden, right, being quoted, "Never before in our nation's history has a Supreme Court justice been nominated and installed while a presidential election is already underway. It defies every president." By the way, this was on Twitter, which is a very liberal, left-leaning platform. So Douglas Carr, Karr, right, tweeted back, "With the exception of twice in 1796, 1804, twice in 1836, twice in 1888, 1892, 1912, twice in 1916, 1932, 1940, and 1988. That is true. Excuse me, this is true. So this has happened 1, 2, 3, twice there. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12 times in our history. But everyone's going with the quote, "Never has this been done," is breaking precedent. And the last time this was done was in 1988. Now, I'm not saying all of you were born then, but I know I was. I know I was born before then. Okay? So this is in my lifetime. So for some people to sit there and say this has never been done, and this is Joe Biden, by the way, who's been in office for almost 50 years. He should know this shit. Come out here and claiming this right here is another fucking Biden gaffe. This is what it is. And you just can't help yourself.
Pinche pendejos. Pendejos everywhere.
That's what you got to say to that. And
stupidity is a learned behavior that should be corrected by
excruciating pain and sometimes death.
You know, if it wasn't for the fact he's so old, and I said before, I think this is elder abuse. I mean, that's how I feel about him. And this is the team that, they're going to put into the White House. They're straight up lying. Again, when you look at this, like 12 times in our history, as recently as 1988, in my lifetime. You just got to stop believing everything they're saying. Politicians on both sides always lie. You really need to dig for the truth. You really do. And lastly, because I want to keep this kind of relatively short, okay? Of course, Pelosi dodges on whether she will consider impeaching AG Barr to slow down the SCOTUS pick. Of course she dodges. Right now, it's up in the air. She does another impeachment. I've said it before. I'll say it again. It's only going to help Trump. It's only going to help Trump. You're doing it. Go ahead. I mean, this woman is not this political strategic genius that everyone claims her to be. Maybe she used to be, but I'm really starting to wonder if there needs to be an age restriction in politics, with exceptions based on, obviously drug testing, cognitive testing, besides their physical health. Because just because they have a hot beat and they're going to live for a little while longer doesn't make them right for the job. It doesn't make them good to be a candidate. And I think we need to really, look at that. So again, I want to thank everyone. Keep this stuff in mind. The election's coming up tomorrow night, obviously, is the debate. Listen to it. Take it in. Question everything. That's your job, is to question everything. Put your vote where it matters. I know I've been bashing on Biden lately, but he's just so easy because as far as I'm concerned, I'm tired of hearing everyone bashing on Trump and no one actually doing anything with Biden. That's the truth of it. Mainstream media, all they care about is Trump, 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 Trump. But when Biden gaffes or Biden doesn't do anything lately, it's, no. I have said in previous podcasts, some mainstream media is coming around like CNN. I hope to see more mainstream media coming around questioning what the hell is going on. But this is absolutely asinine. This is the second in a row of let's nominate the worst of the worst and let's choose the worst of the worst. So thank you so much. Go out and visit the website. Again, it's dongringo.com. It's not fully fleshed out, but it is there. It's operable. I got content up on there. I would love your opinion as I'm fleshing this out to see what kind of changes you would like to see so that I can make this a community-based. There will be exclusive content only on the website. So when you go there on the bottom, it does ask you to subscribe with your email. And I will make sure that when exclusive content get out, it only goes, only these guys will obviously be able to see it, those who register. So thank you so much. And I will obviously probably either see you tomorrow or the next day. Bye.